seen that that the organizations are not functioning properly because the message is not sent across properly and exchange of meaning does not take place. Now third is, according to Peter Little, communication is the process by which information is transmitted between individuals or organizations. Message for success of any of an institution, it is very important thing that that information which has been transmitted, that meaning has not only to be told once, but we have to get the response of the people. Many a times from the body language we can make it out, from the results, initial results what we are getting, we can make it out that that our messages the other person is able to inculcate or not. And this is the reason that that communication is successful or communication is failure. It is how we transmit the message and how the receiver receives the message. This equation is the successful communication. It is a very important part of it. And fourth, Newman, communication is an exchange of facts, ideas, opinions or emotion by two or more person. When we talk, when we make an communication, communication is our ideas. They are our emotions. Of course, they are our ideas and opinions. But very important thing is that that ideas and opinions, how we put and how the other person takes, that is a very important part. I am a scholar, but very important thing is that that if I am not able to put my ideas in a coherent manner, then what will happen? That of course the communication is not going to take place. According to my experience, there are numbers of professors who are having high degrees, but when they are communicating, when they are taking the lectures, the students are falling flat and they are not able to understand, they are not able to comprehend. So it is very important thing that that it is not only about getting your facts or getting about the ideas, but those ideas how you are going to put in a very proper manner, lucid manner, coherent manner, and very important thing that that this message, how it has been how it has been conceived by the receiver. Now next is, it is about the forms of communication. As I mentioned before that that communication has been divided into two parts specifically. One is formal communication, what we call it as a verbal and non-verbal communication. And when we talk about the verbal communication, 80% or 90% of our communication is verbal. The message what we get. No, of course, non-verbal communication also plays a very significant role. But when we talk about verbal, presently, most of the communication transpires through the verbal communication. Of course, there are more than 200 channels, okay, and we are having an internet on our disposal. Now, these, most of the communication through YouTubes and through other applications, or through the 200 channels what I have talked about, or through many of the applications, Vibers and WhatsApps and other, these are in a form of verbal communication. And throughout our day, we are more or less involved in verbal communication. So, of course, this is the reason that that verbal communication plays a significant role in our life. Now, when we talk about the verbal communication is through, of course, the words and language. The words and language are the source of our communication. And as I told before, on the risk of repeating, that your words and languages should be according to the receiver's point of view. When the receiver's point of view, when they are not able to get the things, then the language and words has to be brought on the lower level. And we have to see that that what are the expectations of other people, students, or the people at large as such. So choice of word or choice of language plays an important role for a proper communication. Now, when we talk about the non-verbal communication, Then non-verbal communication, we are not using the words as words and language. We are using gestures and postures and signs and other sorts of things as such. But today I'm just going to talk about, of course, I'm going to talk about the verbal communication. So I will not be much emphasizing upon non-verbal communication. Now, talking about verbal communication. Verbal communication, again, it has been demarcated into 4 parts. The bifurcations are, first of all, it is oral communication. Second is written communication, reading and listening. Okay, reading, writing, listening, and speaking. These are the four aspects of the communication, the verbal communication. Okay, and according to the organization, according to the requirement of the people, the communication takes place. First of all, I'm going to talk about oral communication in detail. Now, when I talk about oral communication, the oral communication is again divided into many parts. Okay, first of all, we are going to talk about face-to-face conversation. There are 6 demarcations, but the significant or the important is face-to-face conversation. When we talk about face-to-face conversation, then this thing transpires in video conferencing, meetings, conferences, the teachers taking the lectures, and of course tuitions. Of course, when we are talking through WhatsApp, Viber, these are face-to-face communication. When I talk about WhatsApp or Viber, presently we are having the visuals also. It is not confined to audio. Okay, so face-to-face communication, of course you get prompt results, for the simple reason that that face-to-face communication, through the body language, through the eyes, and through the other resources, you can have a communication. And I think so that that face-to-face communication is very effective. I'm taking lectures in the college. From the faces, I can make that that how many students are comprehending the content, how many students are just they are having the wandering of the mind, what we call it as such. So I think so that that as far as face-to-face communication, it is significant, and it is resourceful, and it gives a prompt result. The second is telephone. With the coming of technology, mobile phones, we have Skype, and I told about that WhatsApp and Vibers and all sort of things as such. The telephone has shrunk the world. It has made the world a global village. Formerly, the letters were sent, and the other people received the letter after many days. But it is now with the just press of button, a person is getting the message. The person is getting the communication. And of course, I think so that that in 21st century, the telephone technology has made a lot of it has made a big revolution, and this is the reason that that the business, the interviews, the call centers, and all sort of thing you can do on telephone. And this, because of this telephone technology, the importance of verbal communication has increased tremendously. And this is the reason that that the student should have the knack, the student should have the power of verbal communication. When they are lagging in verbal communication, then of course making a conversation through mobile phones, it will become very difficult. There are 2 types of communication when we talk about telephonic conversation. One is that one is informal communication. Informal communication, you are talking with your friends, you're talking with the society at large. And second is formal communication. You are making a communication in your organization. You are talking to your boss, you are talking with your colleagues. Now, this type of communication helps in reaching the higher positions. That will help a lot. And if of course the student will be having a good communication, then verbal communication through telephonic communication, it will help a lot. And I of course think that that if the student are lacking in verbal communication, telephonic communication, I'm talking about formal, the telephonic communication, they will not be able to justify in the organization, for the simple reason that that in an organization, verbal communication, the employees have to talk to their bosses in abroad. And in presently we have seen that that there are numbers of call centers which have increased by leaps and bounds. And the student will be getting an opportunity to serve in these call centers. When I'm talking about call center, there are more than 3 lakhs people in Ahmedabad who are working in call center. So the opportunities are galore. But a very important thing is that that you are fit for that opportunity. That is very important thing. So again, emphasizing on telephonic communication, I think so that that the student has, of course, he has to work on a telephonic communication for sending the message across in a proper manner. Now talking about the presentation, of course nowadays since last a decade, if you want to give some message, if you want to talk something about your product, if you want to talk something on important subject, presentation plays an important role. And of course when we talk about the presentations, then presentations are in an audio video form according to your subject. There are numbers of videos you can take from YouTube. You can take numbers of you can take a lot of information through internets. But very important thing that that how you are going to incorporate that knowledge into the presentations. And I think so that that presentations has made our life easier, because formerly you have to prepare numbers of points, and many a times the reading things goes on. And when reading things goes on, then of course the lectures or whatever the message you want to convey across, it's not effective. When you are talking about the points, and when you are reading something from your page, there is a world of difference in it. So presently the presentation helps a person to give whatever his views or ideas in a proper way, in a very organized way. And of course it has given the confidence to a speaker through the presentations. And I think so that that in schools and colleges also, in many of the schools and colleges, the presentations are given, the lectures are taken, the periods and lectures are taken through communication, through presentation. And I consider that that even the student, when they have something to speak upon in the class, if they prepare something on presentation and convey something in the class, their confidence level increases. And I think so my lecture is also based on presentation. I don't have to remember much, because the things are coming spontaneously on my of course on my screen. Now fourth thing is about public speech. When we talk about the public speech, the verbal communication, public speech, there are numbers of people. And when we talk about numbers of people, then very important thing is you will not be having the communication as you are having a face-to-face communication. So I think so that that in public speech, the eye contact plays a very important role. And in a public speech, very important thing is that that the concentration level has to be of high level. Now talking about interview is a set of people, a group of people who are taking the interview. And of course it is more or less of face-to-face conversations. Now interviews, of course, the capabilities and qualities of the student, it has to be brought out, because a person is going to work in an organization, and when a person is going to work in an organization, the employer has to see that that whatever the qualities which has been required in organization, that person is having that qualities. So I think so that that of course in 15-20 minutes in an interview you cannot make it out, but of course interview is an index to the book, or they can be the index of the chapters of the book. And of course the employer can make that that what are the capabilities or what are the abilities a person is having. And uh, interview is, I consider that that it is not only the question answer session, but I consider that that interview is about the confidence of an employee. And of course the employers can make from the body language of an employee that he or she is capable for an organization or not. So I think so that that interviews the capabilities, abilities of the student can be make it out. And presently, as I told before, that that a person who has to serve in abroad, the candidates are giving the interviews through net also. They are giving the interviews through Skype. They are giving the internets through many of the other technological resources as such. So for interview, I think so the student should practice the interview on his mobile phones through audio or video recording, so that that when he is going in an authentic environment, he will not be having the lack of confidence. I have trained many of my students in my college. After TY BCom, they want to go for an interview. So they are jittery, they are nervous. So I am preparing them for that, how to face an interview, and I am making them prepare from their mobile phone. So this, of course, this gives them a world of confidence. Now next is about meeting. Now when I talk about meeting, that that in a meeting, of course you can present your viewpoint, you can give your opinion, you can give your ideas, and of course in a meeting you can be having a contrast view also. But a very important thing that that in participation in meeting, whatever your ideas or viewpoints are concerned, which are in your conscious or subconscious level, you can put in front of the people at large. And of course many a time in meeting, when we get the ideas, these ideas are very resourceful. But a very important thing is that a person has to be vocal. And when we talk about vocal, then again the verbal communication comes to its base. All sort of stuff what I have talked till now, without verbal communication, all my points what I have been discussed, they will not be going to create an impact. When I am talking about all the 6 points, of course a person has to put the verbal communication, because we have seen that that people are having a lot of ideas in the mind, but these ideas are more or less dormant. They are like a stagnant water. And of course